What in the world happened here? Now make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on Infernal Durandal? Oh boy. So, the copium begins. Over the weekend, we had a fabled Vanquish Soul list end up coming through and smashing a regional. But that wasn't just anything. It was finding a way to supplement the loss of the Rosins and the rest of the package. But you're probably asking yourself, Robbie, how are we doing that? Well, Duelist, we've chosen to play I keep saying the artifact. We were choosing to play the Durandal equip to basically go search for the Rosin. Now, yeah, you got to get a monster on the field to equip, but I mean, if you're normal summoning something like Mad Love, I mean, you can go get your search and you can turn the Mad Love into the Rock of the Vanquish, and you know, you're basically getting all of the pieces that you need to get through it in that way. And that's basically how you're choosing to do it. The build was not playing any additional fire monsters. It was just Ash's Jaw Long and the monster, or Rosin. 7 fires. And it's crazy to me to think about that. It's really all you need. Obviously, yeah, your Jaw Long's not going to get a search, which, I mean, sure, can be a little bit disappointing if you're really, really, really trying to push for that build. But I don't know, man. I think overall, knowing the fact that Vanquish Soul is still a deck in the back of people's minds, that's kind of a scary thought, because that means that players just have been kind of forgetting about this. Yeah, there are other ways to supplement fires. You got impulse fire attackers if you're really worried about that, but Durandal, I guess, gets the job done. Mellow Melody, the Brass de Djinn. So this is actually hilarious. So I guess over the weekend, this card started to get bought out. Now, the reason for this card's purpose in going up in price is it's the Fiendmith supplement. You know, they banned the Mini Goddess. And the fact that Mini Goddess went poof, you know, what are you supposed to do? Well, you know, if you're playing rank 4s, you go look at Exciton. Now, if you're playing rank 3s, you have to go look at this stupid bad card in order to be a supplemental piece in order to kind of get the job done. And I know a lot of people are like, Robbie, this card's awful. Light Fiend is the only line of text that you care about on this card. No matter if you agree with it being a good choice or not, does not matter. It means you're choosing to play Fiendsmith stuff, and it means that you've got to acknowledge the fact you're trying to do this. Now, I've seen some people testing out the, you know, let's test out some of the MST stuff in this. Yeah, the new MST stuff is very, very cool for kind of supplementing and allowing you access to some of these, you know, extra lines of play. I think that's one really, really cool thing that this set gave us, was just, hey, we can actually use these bits and pieces of the new support to, you know, make the rank 3 engine better, which once again, you can now play because you have the melody, or the, the mellow melody. You can turbo into the rank 3 package more consistently because of it to bridge into Fiendsmith. It depends on what type of strategy that you think is going to be best for your, you know, end board and your style of deck. Eclipse Wyvern. This card, almost like poetry, has exploded because of the OCG ban list. And to be honest with you people, if you're very surprised about this, I don't know why you would be. Because every time something happens in the OCG ban list, we tend to look around and go, oh, wow. But you know, no Mirage and Nightmare, no doesn't matter, Dre. None of this extra BS. I've already seen people in the TCG testing out the idea of, you know, what if we mess around with Eclipse Wyvern? You know, does this card change, you know, the fundamentals of the game? I think that it itself is a very, very strong card. I don't think anybody's really going to challenge that idea. But it just, does it help make decks like Dragon Rulers even more consistent? No to Dragon Rulers, but as a Dragon Link combo piece, though, that's a different story. Because now you're getting into the realm of extra explosibility, and now you can go get like Chaos Dragon Levianeer, for example, and that changes some of the ideas. I gotta say though, I'm kind of impressed with how much people were picking up this card just over kind of like the little time span that it was just, I think it was crippled in like the first 5 minutes. And once again, that's crazy because of the amount of, or the time of day that OCG list actually dropped. People are crazy thirsty to see the return of Eclipse Wyvern back to the game. I'm very, very shocked to see how much people actually want the opportunity to try to play this card. And I thought this card was, a bad card and nobody actually wanted to deal with it, but no. Harpy Queen and Harpies in general from Lost Art. So, you guys know I do sell online when I have some sort of free time. The Harpy stuff, I actually got hammered really, really hard. So I sold one Harpy Queen. Didn't think anything about it. Okay, cool. One of these sold. And then I sold another Harpy Queen 24 hours later. I'm kind of like, huh. Okay. And then I sold another to another person. I'm like, that's 3 Harpy Queens in 48 hours. This is telling me one of two things. One, this card just went up in price, or somebody's picking up Harpy cards, but this is across 3 different Harpy people. Why are we seeing this happen? So I went and looked at it, and I was actually correct. The Harpy Queen Lost Arts are actually in a pretty bad state of mind. If you actually want some entertainment, go check out the state of the Harpy market in general, because you're going to be kind of interested, because there's just a lot of really weird cards that are moving. Now, Harpies have not been a good deck in a very long time, people. And to see that, you've got people on the market that are going crazy, going, I gotta make sure I've got my Harpy stuff in case this happens. I also believe that this is also a good time to point out that there is a very big casual side to this game. You do have a lot of people out here that do generally play this game a lot more casually. And obviously I think we're up to like 4 to 5 years for the Harpy Queens not having like a reprint at this point. So that's another piece. You should also check out Harpy Queen Ultimate Rare prices. I think you'll be kind of shocked about that too. And then I gotta mention Snake Eyes over here. So Snake Eyes, over the course of the ban list and kind of ramping up here, more and more people have been kind of jumping on this kind of as like a supplemental style of package to build into their decks. We don't have OSS, but what we do have is Flamber's Dragon, Promethean Princess, and, even Ambler Whale at that point, which is going to be another free revive. But I have been kind of impressed, man, with the amount of people that are taking a look at just wanting to explore this package. It doesn't even have to be a good package. It's just people are really looking at this and going, hey, we can play this. This is, another supplemental build-in to a deck. We actually had one of our locals over the weekend playing Mitsurugi Snake Eyes. And if you blow your hand trap, your Ash on the Habigiri, okay, cool. You have full Snake Eyes combo coming your way, which is, an IP coming out spell on trap cards on with the Flambers bringing back the extra bodies. And then you got the Ambler with the Promethean Princess loaded up. That shouldn't sound like a lot, but there are a lot of interruptions and hiccups that kind of come along with this. And that's a little bit of a problem. Didn't realize like how chaotically broken that package was actually going to be. So it's definitely getting its leg room going. But what do you guys think? Please comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here in day, guys. Peace. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.